And this is where Elon has asked us to shut our mouths, but he did do it generally, not specifically. And that had to do with one of my favorite topics, Juniper. So what the heck is going on with Juniper? Do you know anything I don't? I've been trying to find out what I can find out. What do you know?
Well, I know that we have seen the spy shots. It is out for road testing. This was the big indicator we were waiting for. And of course, it happened. I've seen people say, oh, that means we're getting it in a month or 3 months. No, it does. It definitely doesn't mean that. If you look at the timeline in the past, for example, with the Model 3, we saw the first shots in April, and in September, it was released in China. And then in Q1, it was released in the US. So you're looking at 5 months-ish from first spotting to China deliveries, and more like 8 months from first sighting to US deliveries. What we know is that it could be as quick or quicker than it was with the Model 3 because of parts commonality. It's got a lot of the same parts. With the Model 3 refresh, it needed a new steering wheel. It needed a new interior completely. It needed a lot of things. But with this, it doesn't need as much. And the Model Y is already more advanced than the Model 3 was, so there's less remaining to change. They don't have to do big changes to catch it up with where the Model 3 is as of its refresh. There's only 4 panes of glass left in the Model Y that are not already laminated glass, and that's the rear side windows and the rear back corner windows. That's it. Everything else is already double pane. So, but the shapes could be slightly different. Okay, fine. They had no problem with that on the Model 3. We expect to see the infotainment, the armrests, the seats. A lot of it is going to all be in common, which is one of the reasons I haven't seen the parts showing up on the parts side. And the other is because my Bobs have moved, one retired and one moved to another company. So if you're a Bob who sells bibs and bobs and would like to give me information that you probably shouldn't, I'm here for it. Get in touch.
So when we were looking at the Model 3 refresh, the Highland as it's been called, did we see the spy car originally in the US or in China?
The US. We saw it in the US. We never saw it on the road in China.
Interesting.
Part of that could be a tighter protection on leaks,
right.
But the more likely answer is they're on a different internet than us. They do not use the same social media that we do in the same ways that we do. And unless you are following Chinese language social media sites, it could be very easy to miss. I expected people like Tesla Chan and Wuwa and others to leak it over, to share it in that way. Hasn't happened. But maybe we just aren't seeing it. But it's reasonable to assume that this was road tested in China. Maybe they did it in a place where people just don't
go
don't pay attention and see what it is or care.